What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego in the back with some more boxing. Let's get it, people. We back up in this thing. Waiting for y'all to join. Those who just left my last live stream, we back. I had to switch some of the settings. We working though. Yeah. What's cracking, y'all? Miss Boxing Fanatic, what up? Man, YouTube's taking forever to let people know. We'll get started in a second. I'm just waiting for some people to join. This will be my last stream. Wrench Mafia. We working though. They trying to hold you down, headstrong boss. Man, they just taking forever for these notifications. They know we working. Wrench Mafia, what's good, man? We need some good shooters in here. I didn't get one. I was looking for the new stream. That's what I'm saying. They be hating, man. I'm not trying to notify people. There we go, Ego. This on live time. How you know? How you know it's on live time? I'm just wondering because I'm trying to figure this all out. Because I played with the settings and I changed it, and then when I changed it, it made all the chat like I was getting all the chat stuff. Listen. If you guys can do me a favor, I'm just trying to do a test. If you guys hear me talking right now, hit a 9 because I want to make sure this live thing. Right now, press 9. Just hit 9 on your keyboard. Hit 9 because I need to see if this problem has been fixed. Go. Hit 9. 9. Okay, so the chat's back because my last 2 streams, I fuck around and changed the setting. And there was like a major delay with the chat, so I couldn't see what y'all was saying until like a minute and a half or 2 minutes after. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, now we getting somewhere. That was annoying because people like super chats and stuff will come in and I would get it basically like 2 minutes late. Damn, y'all putting hella 9s. Okay, I got y'all. Gang. Let's do a roll call. I want to see where y'all at, where y'all from. This is not going to be a long live stream. Shit. That's the thing. If you mess up on live, it's just stuck. Fuck that. First mistake, first take, I make mistakes, just keep shit. No punches, pull, no punch. Like, you just gotta rock with that. City, stay zip. Where you from? I'm UK. We hate 999. Garden City, Kansas. Watsonville, California. Wrench Mafia. Let's get it, man. You ready to clap? I'm ready to clap. Boston, MA, Chicago, the Golden State, Dubai, Seattle, originally out of San Diego, Hollywood, Florida, Houston, Mexico City, San Diego, Cali, London, St. Louis. We working. Hey. Team AJ, that's what's up. Sign the fight so we can watch it. Great fight. Richmond, California. Shout out to the 510 Richmond. Deep East O 415. Actually, that's 5102. Manchester, UK. Alejandro 619-858-760. Fuck Eddie Hearn, that little cocksucker. Boston message. Wow. Y'all going in. These comments are going in. Man, I just want to see a good fight, people. 619. Eddie Hearns don't want it. Man, but y'all be letting people brainwash y'all. Some of y'all. Y'all be letting people brainwash you. And the thing is, Eddie Hearn will say different things and then switch it, and then people act like they didn't see it. This water's so good. He said 858 Diego, say it backwards. Let's get it. Shout out to Denmark. Yeah, man. And somehow in this whole thing, I be the bad guy. Like I said, I encourage you guys. So you guys, I just want y'all to understand. This shit don't hurt my feelings or nothing. Because, like I said, it's just kind of weird. I did an interview with the Boxing Voice and they posted it. They was mad. And if you listen to it, I didn't even say nothing. Like, it wasn't like a controversial video or anything. It got 137 likes and 119 likes. Or hold on, 137 likes and 119 dislikes. Shout out to the Boxing Voice. just go listen to the comments, y'all. Boxingego has no soul. That's why he always wears glasses indoors so you can't see his dead eyes. So I ain't got no soul now. We gonna read some mean comments. This shit is funny. The most impartial, neutral, and unbiased YouTuber out there. You forgot to add that I'm getting paid. Who lets all the boxing fans have their say on his channel. Ladies and gentlemen, Ego Boxing. The Boxing Voice hitting new lows. He's biased too. I'm impressed with how clean his beard is considering the amount of Wilder juices that have been in it all day. Like, really? Once again, grown men talking about my beard yet again, and you talking about Wilder juices? Like, bro, y'all be sus as fuck. Boxingego is the kind of guy to flush after taking a fart. Damian Poole, you sound dumb as fuck. How do you take a fart? Does that make any sense to anybody? How do you take... He says, Boxingego is the kind of guy to flush after taking a fart. How do you take a fart? Either you fart or you don't. You could take a shit. You got... Boxingego is a certified Wilder cocksucker. Ego is biased. Lost me when it said in-depth breakdown. Only thing deep is his tongue up Wilder's ass. Look, Can we say one thing that's not like a homoerotic comment? Only thing deep is his tongue in Wilder's ass. Don't forget to drop the like button if you want to be part of the gay gang. Boxingego, the #1 Wilder nut-licking clown. He makes Ness look like a junior Wilder nut licker. This is my competition. And you know what the funny thing is? Motherfuckers that be in here, I recognize some of the names. And a lot of these dudes are people who got blocked out the hot seat. So I see why y'all mad. Someone said, laughing my ass off. Everyone that Ego has ever blocked on his live streams are here in the comment section. That's what I'm saying. That's why they're mad. And this one dude in the comment, I seen him. He was like, who is this guy trying to talk boxing? And it's a motherfucker I blocked. So you know who I am because you obviously came to my channel and you got blocked. But see, y'all motherfuckers be perpetrating. Ego is cool. The haters are going nuts in the comment section. Yo, it's your boy Boxingego. I'm about to drop some ultra bias on AJ. Then I'm going to ride the Wilder fan bus all the way home. Okay. Wilder is already squared to fighting Brazil. I got a question for Ego. What does Wilder's nut taste like? So this is how I know some of y'all are full-blown. You might have full-blown AIDS or something, because that you guys are worse than animals. Listen, you left a comment. His name it says Shannon, or maybe it's a girl. I got a question for, no, it's a picture of a dude, so it's a dude. And it says, I got a question for Ego. What does Wilder's nut taste like? So why would you, as a man named Shannon, why would you care what a man's nut tastes like? Like, why would that be your question? Y'all are, something's wrong with y'all. It said, look, I can't make this up. Go look at the video. It says, Ego. It says, I got a question for Ego. What does Wilder's nut taste like? So let's start. Let's start counting. Count how many comments have something to do with somebody's dick, nuts, ass, or something that's homosexual. Emotional Ego, boxing bitch, bug-eyed Ego, moist Ego, boxing throat, boxing soul glow. Boxing throat. So that's one, right? Big Al says Ego got HIV. So I'm Easy E now. My name is Eric. But Ego got HIV. So you know what STDs I have. This shit is funny. From the most quote-unquote objective man out there. Listen, people, I cannot wait to see what these Wilder fanboy channels have to say the day after Wilder gets knocked out. Okay. So, Ego, listen, Ego is proper ugly, and he doesn't have a clue about boxing. And it got 10 likes. Another man calling me ugly. And you guys like that. This is what I'm dealing with here. Who has Wilder fought? Ego won't take his shades off. His eye has some freaky ass boggle eyes, which look different ways. Would slap the beard off that skinny fingered clown. Hashtag gay army. So he'll slap the beard off me, but I'm at the fights. Okay. This is what I deal with, people. And then once again, you go to his page to block him, and guess what? What does he have? Eddie Hearn tells all. That's the video he liked. Another Eddie Hearn video. Joshua and Klitschko. These are all the videos he liked, and I'm the one that's biased. Eddie Hearn goes in. These are all the videos he liked, and I'm the biased fanboy. Radio Raheem interviewing Eddie Hearn. I'm the biased fanboy. Every single video you like has something to do with Joshua. Eddie Hearn on Joshua Wilder, Big Baby. I'm going to do this more often and expose y'all fucking clowns. Ego Hearn is right from Paulie Malignaggi. David Haye, Tyson Fury. So, I mean, we know where the energy is coming. We know where it's coming from. Now, I told y'all, y'all fucked up. Now, I'm going to be working harder. So, just book that. So, I'm the biased one, but your whole liked videos had... And look, I went to block him. He's already blocked. It's the same... Listen, that's what these man fans do. You that angry because you got blocked because you were saying some stupid shit. Ego has Wilder's nut juice on his beard. Ego telling it like it is. Haters doing what they do most. Hate. Exactly. Yeah, this dude's talking about who is this guy, but he's blocked. But you don't know, and I remember him getting blocked. But you don't know who I am? How'd you get blocked then? I don't go looking for people to block. Don't let him do any impersonations. 100% Ego. I like that analysis. Props to TBV showing another love to YouTuber. A lot of sus comments on here. You dudes have a lot of weird homoerotic thoughts on Boxingego. Ego is definitely gay. Can someone ask him and watch how he responds? 100%. Ego the best. He knows more about fighters than most parents know about their kids. Facts. Ego Army. Take your shades off, lad. I'm done. You guys see it. Go look at the video. These are the comments. Listen. But once again, this is how I know what I'm doing. I'm destroying them. I'm destroying them. Do you see how all that energy is directed to me? It's not directed to, hey, when you said this about Joshua or you said this about the Wilders, it's look at your beard, take off your glasses, you have googly eyes and you're cross-eyed, you have a lazy eye, you have buck teeth, you're too ugly for me and I'm a man. These are the comments. That's how I know I'm destroying you. Thank you. Thank you. Young Merv, $5 super chat. I got a question for the UK fans. Why are 90% of full-blown stage 4 brain cancer? Why are 90% of y'all full-blown stage 4 brain cancer? Hashtag new media LDBC. These dudes are getting killed, man. Yeah, I just did the super chat. Y'all boys are getting killed. Like I said, that's how you know. That's how you know what it is. Because if I was the one getting killed, they would be talking about my breakdown that I did on the Boxing Voice and actually saying, oh, you lied about this, you were wrong about this. But they're not. What they are talking about is I got nut juice on my beard and look at his beard. His glasses are on his face. I don't know you beat, I don't know you lost to. The Stream King. Oh man, this feels great. These young boys can't beat me. I told you I'm like the Mayweather of this shit. Damn, I didn't know the AJ Protectors was this mad. Y'all motherfuckers is mad. Look at that. Look at his beard. Look, I know my beard look nice. Look at his beard. He got nut in his beard. Whatever. Ooh, we killing. The Stream King. Let's get it, man. Oh, the Vampire Stream. Yeah, make sure y'all smash the like button. But this is what I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all see what it is. Who wants it in the hot seat? You know what I mean? All that beard, look at his beard and take the glasses off. All that doesn't mean nothing. Beat me in this hot seat about what we're talking about. Joshua taking the deal, Wilder, the fight. Shout out to Young Merv. $2 super chat. They grew up in Hogwarts. Face ass. I'm done. Y'all on some Harry Potter shit. Man, I must be the greatest. I'm the Muhammad Ali of this shit. I must be the greatest. If that many people got that much to say and never met me a day in their life, then I must be the greatest. Fuck it. We destroying these Harry Potter fans, man. They getting killed. Let's talk about, cause I'm actually getting tired. Oh, listen, let's talk about Canelo real quick. A lot of people acting like Canelo is in the clear. Let me just clear something up for you. Yes, Canelo did a hair follicle test. I did a video about it. Check that out. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean he's 100% innocent. Yeah, hair follicle tests are usually good and they can go back a couple months or whatever. But I don't know everything about clenbuterol. I've never taken drugs. I've never taken clenbuterol. But not everything, it depends on how, like there's way more variables in that. You know what I'm saying? Certain things you have to kind of build up to immunity to the point where it starts coming out of your pores or showing up in the roots of your hair and stuff like that. Certain substances are stronger, like arsenic versus this and that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask yourself this. I don't know, me personally, I've always maintained the same thing. I don't know if Canelo did it or if he didn't do it, right? I don't know. You can make an argument either way because it's all speculation. But because he passed the hair follicle test, that doesn't account and explain for him failing the 2 tests. And the other thing is, on top of failing 2 drug tests, look at how much like time has passed. So who knows what the fuck happens between a failed drug test in February 17th and February 20th, and then you getting tested, let's say March 25th, you getting tested like over a month later, or April 15th. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't mean shit to me. Johnny, $2 super chat. Where in Vegas can you see the closed circuits fight? For what fight? And I don't know if they're doing Triple G Vanas because it ain't happening in Vegas anymore. I don't know. I think the closed circuit is usually for fights that are in Vegas. So yeah, I just want to be clear on that. I don't know if Canelo cheated or if he didn't, but just because he passed a hair follicle test, that doesn't exonerate him. Because you have to ask yourself this. If him simply passing that test cleared his name, why is he still suspended? See, I be having too much logic for some of y'all. Why is Canelo still suspended if the hair follicle proves that he's clean? Shouldn't the Nevada State Athletic issue an apology and say, oh, you know what, no. The fact of the matter is he failed 2 drug tests, and then time had passed. They requested he did a hair follicle test, and luckily for him, they didn't find any traces of the clenbuterol in his hair. But you know what I mean? I don't know. Who knows? I didn't see the hair being cut out of his head and then see them performing the test. So you don't really know. You know what I mean? But the bottom line is, if this cleared his name, then he shouldn't be suspended. So obviously it doesn't. Someone said anti-butyrol shampoo. That's what I'm saying. I don't know the details, but that don't mean nothing to me. You know what I mean? That motherfucker had Pert Plus and shit. Like I didn't see him getting his hair cut. I don't know how much hair they test. I don't know none of that. But I do know this. You can find stuff out like this watching forensic files. Let's say somebody gets tried and convicted of a murder, and then they had DNA evidence and the test, they couldn't run the DNA evidence. Oh my gosh, see, I'm getting tired. They couldn't run the DNA evidence in 1979 when the murder happened because it was a small amount. But over time, the DNA evidence, they've been able to test even smaller amounts of DNA evidence. You know what I mean? Because technology has advanced. So there's ways that they can duplicate it and blow it up and make it a bigger sample, etc. And in those situations where people have went to jail and been in prison since 1980 or whatever for a murder, once the DNA evidence is tested, when they're able to test it, and then they find out, hey, this DNA profile, this blood type, this semen sample doesn't match the guy that we have in jail, then that person is released from prison. You know what I mean? That person is exonerated and pardoned, and they don't have to sit in jail still. But with the Canelo situation, if the hair follicle test is proving he's clear, like you guys are saying, then why is he still in jail? Why is he still suspended? Somebody answer that to me. Because like I said, if you do a murder and then they have tangible proof, like 1 in 13 billion, that this is, you know what I mean, not your DNA sample, then they let you out of the fucking can. They don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't just keep you in prison when they know they've made an error and convicted the wrong person. So y'all gotta stop with that. Y'all keep saying Canelo's clear and I told you motherfuckers. That don't mean shit. Because he passed a hair follicle test. Because again, I don't know all the particulars and the variables. Maybe you have to be taking clenbuterol for an X amount, a year plus, for it to really show in your hair. I don't know. I don't know all those things. But people are acting like, see, I told you, motherfucker, Canelo is innocent. Stop that shit. Because that don't prove that. Because he still failed 2 drug tests. Again, I don't know. Maybe he is innocent. But failing 2 drug tests and then later taking a different form of test and being able to pass that doesn't mean that. You know what I'm saying? That's like, let's say I take a lie detector test and I failed 2 polygraph tests in February, and then they come back and ask me the same questions in April and I pass that polygraph test. Does that mean that the 2 previous ones are now like expunged? Does it, you know what I mean? Does it mean those 2 previous tests were the error, and then now because I passed the lie detector test, now I'm good? No, it doesn't mean that. Because there's ways to beat polygraph tests. Maybe I studied, you know what I'm saying? So that, I just had to clear that, because I see a lot of people running around, I told you Canelo's innocent, you fucking prick. It doesn't mean he's innocent, and I don't know if he's guilty. But simply now passing 2 months after the failed test, passing a different test don't mean shit. So let's be clear on that. Now let's talk about Golovkin. In my opinion, In the Loop Radio, Step in the Hot Seat, he says, Ego, you are wrong. See, these motherfuckers always want to tell me how wrong I am. Ego, you are wrong. It's the same test, bro. Okay, so you're in the hot seat. Since you want to say I'm wrong, how is the 2 tests he failed in February, which weren't hair follicle tests, how are they the same? He didn't take a hair follicle test. So how is it the same? Y'all gotta see. I'm gonna force you motherfuckers to learn to respect facts and truth. Shout out to Wrench Mafia. My shooters know more than you by a long shot. It tests different things here. It tests differ my things I hear. Hey, put him in timeout. I'm not dealing with this. I'm here. You're not here anymore. Shooter, put him in timeout. He's not even making sense. He's just putting troll shit. I don't have time for that. It's far too late. Kennedy, just clap him. Or thank you, Wrench Mafia. I don't have time for that. You talking about, oh, you're wrong. See, listen, motherfuckers could say that I'm wrong in perfect English, and then all of a sudden, once you're in the hot seat, you know speaking English. You're like, oh, suis-je la jeune vie? No, these kids are not French. They're American. Like, fuck out of here. So your English was great when you was telling me what I was doing wrong and that I was wrong. But then all of a sudden you're in the hot seat and your English is all like, me here, I am not. You know what I'm saying? You talking like Yoda and shit. Here I am not. Up what? Like, up what? What's up, motherfucker? What are you saying? Shut up. But anyway, yeah, so that's that with the Canelo situation. Is like, yeah, he passed, that's cool, because it could have been worse. If you fail a 3rd test and a different type of test, then that's not a good look. You know what I mean? So I'm glad he passed it, because that at least, you know what I mean, supports what he's saying. But again, to me, this doesn't mean 100% that he wasn't doing nothing he wasn't supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? It's all speculation, I guess you will. Let's talk about Golovkin, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Like I said, I gotta wake up, take my sister somewhere. But what's you wrong? You is like, what the fuck, Yoda, motherfucker? What are you talking about? Golovkin's in a very difficult spot. I made a video about it. Let me explain. Golovkin's in a difficult spot because he's surrounded. He's surrounded by, he's surrounded by what he said he wanted to be surrounded by, good fights. You know what I mean? Because, see, when he wanted to fight Sergio Martinez, who was 41, you know what I mean, he was a little bit older. Didn't look like Martinez wanted to fight him at that point of his career. Then he had an injury, and then Cotto beat him. Cotto didn't look like he wanted to fight him, right? But at the end of the day, now Golovkin, there's work for Golovkin. You know what I'm saying? He said he wanted to smoke. Now there's some guys that could deliver some potential good fights and could deliver some smoke potentially. Golovkin's a good fighter, has a good chin, he has good technique offensively, things like that. But now there's some talent in the division who have momentum, who are acclimating to the division, who have power, who have been having some good performances. Golovkin is going to get real soon. And I hope, for the sake of Golovkin's legitimacy and resume, I hope he does the right thing. So listen, how many likes do we have? Ain't shit free. How many likes we have in this chat? Somebody let me know. Shooters, fans, how many likes we have right now in this particular live stream? $45. We got to do better than that. Ego's Army, stand up. Smash the like button. We've been going on over 30 minutes. We can improve that. I know it's it's only 2 o'clock here. We got to smash that like button. But anyway, this is why if y'all want to hear, I got to make sure y'all with me. Because if not, we can end this stream right now. I can get some shut-eye. If y'all want to hear why Golovkin's in a precarious, difficult spot, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? Can I get a hell yeah? I need that hell yeah. Y'all got to power me up, man. The Vampire Stream. It's 5:07 for you. It's only 2:07 for me. Only my shooter saying hell yeah? Okay, now we get some more. Yeah, okay. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. Now I know that you guys are awake with me on the Vampire Stream. Can I get a hell yeah? What? All right. This is why Golovkin's in a difficult position. I made a video about some of this, but I'm going to recap. Gennady Golovkin, the IBF is enforcing their rules. The Sergey Derevyanchenko, who's trained by Daniel Jacobs' trainer, Andre Razier, shout out to my dude, he's been pressing the issue, and he said he would step in Canelo's absence because Canelo failed his clenbuterol shit, right? Triple G opted to fight. It's fight week 2, by the way. He opted to fight a guy coming off a 2-year layoff, Vanes Martirosyan, a loss in a lighter division, moving up. Yet again, another guy moving up in weight, right? They said, okay, you can't fault us. It's Canelo's fault. Won't. The IBF granted Triple G an exception and said, cool, we'll allow you to fight Vanes Martirosyan because you were initially going to fight a big fight in Canelo, and he fucked that up. So we're not going to, last minute, you want to keep the date and use your training camp. We're not going to force you to, fight a mandatory. We're not going to enforce something like that. However, if Golovkin wins, which a lot of people think he will win on May 5th, if he wins, then he has 90 days, him and his camp, to negotiate a fight with Derevyanchenko, to negotiate it and have a venue and a date and present that information to the IBF, right? Now, this is why it's difficult. In my opinion, Golovkin should have fought Derevyanchenko with this freebie date, took care of that mandatory since he was up for it, since he's due for it, instead of fighting Vanes Martirosyan. Because Canelo, is born ready. His suspension ends in mid-August. So Canelo will be cleared by September to fight on Mexican Independence Day weekend, right? But now Triple G, I don't know if he'll be able to fight in September unless he fights Derevyanchenko in between May and September. And that's a lot of activity for today's fighter. You get what I'm saying? So is he gonna fight Vanes Martirosyan and then fight in June or July and then fight again in September? You know what I mean? That's a pretty small window. Like, even the guys that are fighting 3 times a year, they usually do like January, maybe June, and then in December. But for Golovkin to fight in May, July, and September, that just seems like a lot of fights. So here's the catch. I'm just weighing out the different options. If Triple G doesn't fight Derevyanchenko, the IBF basically said he must fight him. So if he doesn't fight him before he fights Canelo, they've only granted you one exception, and that's Vanes Martirosyan. So if he doesn't fight Derevyanchenko next, it sounds like that belt will get removed. No biggie, because he could still fight Canelo in September, but it's not going to hurt him financially because he'll make more money fighting Canelo, but it's going to hurt him legacy-wise, because ever since Team Golovkin came out into the public eye, they said a couple of things, and this is probably the last thing that hasn't been proven fully wrong. For example, things that have been proven wrong, they said, hey, we can beat anyone from 154 to 168, right? But they weren't willing to fight anyone at 54, except for Floyd Mayweather, who's tiny next to Golovkin. Or they didn't want to fight on certain people at 168, like Andre Ward. So that's not true. Because you wanted to fight Carl Froch up there, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., but you don't want to fight Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez, or you don't want to fight Andre Ward up there, right? They also said nobody, Abel said this, he said nobody can, from 54 to 68, can go 12 rounds. Well, your last 2 opponents went 12 rounds. So that's not true. So the last thing that they said consistently was this whole, hey, all the belts, I want undisputed legacy, middleweight legacy, right? So if you opt to get your belt stripped from you by not fighting your mandatory to fight Canelo Alvarez, which again is a good payday and a chance to avenge a loss, then that goes against everything that you said you were about. You said these other fighters are businessmen and you're not about that, and you're about the middleweight history and legacy. So why would you let someone take a belt that you beat David Lemieux for and earned? You know what I'm saying? You're going to let them strip you to fight Canelo again? Then that's not a good look. So he has a tough decision right there. Or, like I said, if he's really willing to fight in May, July or so, and then fight again in September, which we don't really see top level names fighting 3 times in general. And if they do fight 3 times, then they're not really fighting that close. It's like 3 spaced out fights. It's not like from May to September they're fighting 3 times. You know what I mean? What is it? May, June, July, August, September. That's like fighting 3 times in like 4 or 5 months. You know what I mean? We don't really see that. Lil G didn't want that fight with Zurdo at 168. I mean, Gilberto Ramirez team keeps saying they wanted it, and Triple G never obliged them. So Triple G has some difficult decisions to make. Once again, I think the best possible scenario is he should have fought Derevyanchenko late notice instead of Vanes Martirosyan, because then you beat Derevyanchenko. Now your mandatory is satisfied with the IBF, and when Canelo's free to fight in September, you'll be eligible, you'll be ready, and you don't have to worry about nobody stripping you. You know what I mean? Triple G's team did a couple mistakes to me. They should have been fought Billy Joe Saunders. See, and this is the other thing. And I told you guys this. And see, I'm always the bad guy when I say this stuff. And then when you guys later see and things come out that support what I'm saying or why I said it, then now all of a sudden I'm vindicated. But nobody gives me the pat on the back. Nobody will say, oh, yeah, ego. They just act like it never happened. Or they just understand now. But I'd like to take y'all back. I've been telling you, this is why it doesn't make sense to chase Canelo. Triple G used to fight far more active, and then he let, for the last stage of his career, his recent career, he's been letting Golden Boy and Canelo dictate what the fuck he decides to do with his fights. Not a good look. Because here's another scenario, and this is what I've been telling people. Billy Joe Saunders all of a sudden got bold. There was a point in time where it didn't look like Billy Joe Saunders wanted to fight Triple G. But then all of a sudden he got bold and he was like, yeah, I want a couple things. I got me pinned. Come on, Triple G string. And he was calling them names and saying he wanted to fight. And Team Triple G and Billy Joe Saunders' team, Frank Warren and all them, they were in negotiations. But then all of a sudden, Triple G pulled out of the negotiations, and they ended the negotiations, I guess you could say, stating that Triple G was sore. He was sore from the Daniel Jacobs fight. So he's going to sit this one out. And then later on, Canelo fought Chavez Jr. And then they walked Triple G out. And then we see that Triple G was fighting Canelo. So that's more than likely why he said he was sore and didn't fight Billy Joe Saunders. But had he fought Billy Joe Saunders like earlier that year in like January, then he could have already been undisputed if he beat him. And then you're free to do whatever because you've already set that history. Like you look at Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford became undisputed at 140. He did that, and right after he got undisputed, he's leaving the division, going to 47. He already did the damn thing. That's already a part of history. That's already part of his legacy. Now he's moving up to 147. He didn't sit there and still try to reign at 140. He said, let me give my body a break. I'm going up, and I'll fight another champion, Jeff Horn. Right? Triple G could have been fought Billy Joe Saunders at some point, right? And then that would have been the last belt he needed. He would have been undisputed and been the man at middleweight. Now, when these things with Derevyanchenko and Vanes and Canelo come up, you've already accrued, you've already done it and become undisputed. So if the IBF does strip you for not fighting Derevyanchenko to take a big money fight with Canelo, you've already become undisputed. So who cares if they strip you? You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you guys? If Triple G would have already fought Billy Joe Saunders, it's already in history that he's undisputed. So in a situation like this, Canelo fails a drug test, you choose to fight Vanes Martirosyan, and then the IBF says fight Derevyanchenko next or get stripped, then it wouldn't really matter if they stripped him because we knew he had the belt and he became undisputed. So it would have been, who cares if you got stripped? But you don't want to get stripped under those circumstances. Like, hey, I'm going with the big money fight, strip my belt and put me another step farther. Because right now he's only one step away from undisputed, Billy Joe Saunders, WBO. But if you lose a belt that you already had and you get stripped, and then Derevyanchenko fights, let's say, Daniel Jacobs, even though they have the same trainer, hypothetically. No, let's say Derevyanchenko fights Demetrius Andrade for the IBF strap. Then now Golovkin is two or three steps away because he would fight Canelo and hopefully retain his belts. You know what I'm saying? Let's say he beats Canelo in the rematch. But then now you have to fight Derevyanchenko versus Demetrius Andrade or whoever would be fighting for that newly stripped, vacated belt. It's not a good look. And it's not consistent and congruent with what Team Triple G said they were about. They said they're about legacy. So if they go the money route with Canelo, then that's going to prove that you really weren't about legacy only and all the belts and all the belt. So like, another reason why it makes it look bad is because when Canelo made a business decision and said, I'm not ready to move up to middleweight, I'm getting lawsuits and all this, and he vacated his belts, you got on his ass and said, Canelo, no, he's a clown. and everybody felt you and everybody understood and said, oh man, he punked Canelo and got the belts. So now if you let the IBF strip you for something that you've earned, then in my opinion, that's not much more different than when Canelo vacated his belt to you. That means he's letting somebody take something he earned just because he wants to pursue a money fight, and he doesn't want to fight Derevyanchenko straight away because that's not the fight. So I don't understand. To be honest, I don't understand some of the moves that Team Triple G has made. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like I said, the other option that Team Triple G could have done is say, we're not fighting Vanes Martirosyan. Let's get this Derevyanchenko shit out the way. And if they would have got Derevyanchenko out of the way, then they'll be free to fight whoever they want in August or September, which is likely Canelo. Hey, I'm sorry I'm making too much sense. Once again, another idiot in the comment section. So you wouldn't take the money. Listen, learn to comprehend. This is the only way you'll get the full enjoyment out of my channel, is if you can learn to comprehend. When did I ever say I wouldn't take the money? I didn't. That's correct. I didn't ever say that. However, what I am saying is I would be congruent with what I said. If I'm going to criticize Canelo for vacating his belt because of whatever reason he had for vacating his belt to Golovkin, and I'm going to call all these guys businessmen, I'm going to call Mayweather and Conor McGregor businessmen and not true fighters. If I did all of that, then I would be consistent. So in that situation, I asked a question, duh. Yeah, but you asked a question in the form of as if like you're telling me the answer. Listen, I'm telling you right now, I would be consistent and congruent with what I said. So there's nothing wrong with taking a big money fight. I mean, they got families and houses and cars and shit, boats or whatever that they have to pay for. But then don't come criticizing Floyd Mayweather for fighting Conor McGregor and taking care of his family and making 10 times more than you're going to make even fighting Canelo in the rematch. We all know that. Mayweather versus McGregor was like the second biggest fight in history behind Mayweather-Pacquiao. So the thing is, be consistent and congruent with what you say. Don't clown Canelo for being a businessman and not a true fighter if you're going to make business decisions like that too when it's your turn. I don't do that. I don't do that. I keep it consistent. If I say I'm about that, then that means I'm really about that. But see, like, let's say, okay, this is my field, YouTube. I do YouTube videos, right? I do YouTube videos. I would never criticize the next boxing channel for doing certain titles on their videos and saying, oh, that's bullshit. That's a clickbait title, man. If it's something that I would be willing to do when my channel blows up, when I get to that level. If I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Let's say I put full fight chat, right? Hypothetically, let's say someone else was putting that. I'm not gonna criticize, oh, that person's a bum. Look, they're trying to clickbait people and trick people into using this title. I'm not gonna criticize somebody and then turn around. That's called being a hypocrite. Turn around and do that. That's my point. So it's not about not getting your money or not taking the money fight. I don't think they will strip him though. Well, you're not the IBF, and obviously you didn't watch my last video. They have clearly outlined what the fuck they're gonna do. And it says if he doesn't fight Derevyanchenko, his mandatory next, then he's getting stripped. So yeah, I guess there's a chance that they can change their own rules. But from what they've said, they are going to strip him if he doesn't fight Derevyanchenko in his next fight beyond Vanes Martirosyan. Damn, Ego, you breaking it down dummy proof. I gotta break it down because people be looking for back doors and ways out and stuff like that. The bottom line is this: money fights are cool. I'm about my bread. I got PayPal and a Venmo today. So I'm about bread. I understand getting money. You know what I mean? Because I checked my Venmo. I was happy. I was like, cool. They sent me the money. You know what I'm saying? So that's not an issue. I understand getting your money. But again, you can't criticize Canelo. Here's another example of Triple G, what he did. He criticized Canelo for fighting in welterweight in Amir Khan. And guess what? He fought Amir Khan's arch rival, arch nemesis, Kell Brook, who was also a welterweight. So, you know what I mean? These are multiple times with inconsistency from Team Golovkin. You get what I'm saying? Don't say Canelo's a clown. Oh, hell no. He's fighting Khan. Nah, it's bullshit. Right? You can't do that. And then you fuck around under any circumstance. And then you do what Canelo did. And you fight a welterweight. And I get it. I know the whole story. Chris Eubank and his pops was tripping. Woom, woom, woom. You thought you had a deal. You had the September dates. So you needed somebody. Eddie Hearn talked to Kell Brook. And he was like, basically, I'm at my weight and I'm eating mistake. I get it. But it still makes you hypocritical. Because you're doing something that you clowned another person for doing. That's like a motherfucker saying, oh, look at Ego trying to be media shit, covering fights. What a bitch. Oh, that's weak. He's sucking dick for interviews. You know what I'm saying? Or what a buster. And then they try to do it. Then they try to cover fights right after me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be being hypocritical. Would it not be being hypocritical if I've said I'm not about that? Oh, look at this motherfucker smoking weed. Oh, he gonna smoke some weed? What a bum. Only bums smoke weed. And then you see me and I'm, hey, you want some of this shit? I don't give a fuck. I don't play that shit. That would make me a hypocrite. If I was roasting the next person for smoking weed, and then that's something that I'm doing. Period. So, like I said, Golovkin's in a difficult spot, and he has some choices to make. Like E40 said, everybody got choices, and it's gonna be anxious. I'm anxious to see what he chooses, because he got. And see, listen, Golovkin. Do you understand? Golovkin has Jermall Charlo, WBC mandatory, Derevyanchenko, IBF mandatory, and then he has Daniel Jacobs, who in beating Madge Selesky yesterday or a couple days ago, is now the WBA mandatory. So all of your mandatories are real challenges, real good fighters. Then you also have a Canelo fight, which is not a gimme. Canelo definitely held his own, never got knocked out or knocked down when y'all fought the first time. You know what I mean? And he's acclimating to the division. You got Billy Joe Saunders, who looked really good, versus David Lemieux. And then you got guys who aren't champions but are very good fighters and Olympians, like Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. And then you got guys like Jermall Charlo, who again is the mandatory. So Triple G's kind of boxed in with nothing but difficult fights. But it shouldn't be a problem because he's a silver medalist. He's undefeated. He was once the boogeyman. He has experience. And this is what him and his team said they wanted. Good fights, big fights, meaningful fights. So it'll be interesting to see what he decides to do. If he retires or if he moves up, then that shows you what he was about. He wasn't really looking for that. That's not a good look. Errol Spence, I have an interview with him. Check it on the channel. Errol Spence says he believes Triple G will retire before fighting Jermall Charlo. I think that's rather weak if he does that, because now that's not a good look. If all of a sudden when it gets hot in the kitchen and you got equivalent size guys or bigger, you know what I mean, and some good suitable champions or former champions or contenders or challengers, and then all of a sudden you decide now is the time to retire. Because like even like Andre Ward, he retired, but he also beat the #1 light heavyweight in the division, and then he retired. So hopefully Triple G doesn't decide to go out like that. You know what I mean? Where you just take a money fight with Canelo and then you're like, I'm out, I'm retiring. I hope he doesn't do that. Brandon Dillard he's the king of excuses. He said the mandatories got to fight each other, then fight Triple G. Bullshit. Listen, what is the point of being someone's mandatory? If you are like, you're not a real boxing fan, bro. You're a fan. It sounds like you're a groupie, because Why is someone a mandatory if they have to fight other motherfuckers when they're the number one mandatory already? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, what's the point of being a mandatory if, like, why does Charlo have to fight Daniel Jacobs if they're both mandatories? It's not a bad fight. It's a great fight. But why does he have to fight each? Like, why do they have to fight each other to earn a shot when they've already earned a shot? Bro, you're a man fan. He says, how can he fight all three? Okay, for starters, since you want to play games, man, I should really put you in the hot seat. 'Cause I'm trying to catch me a body before I go to bed. If you want to play games with me, see, this is not a game you can win because you clearly sound like a man fan. First of all, how can he fight all three? Well, first of all, if you don't fight Vanes Martirosyan, then there's one. That's one free date where you could have fought one. 2, don't fight Canelo. Canelo has no belt. People thought you already beat him. You know what I'm saying? But of course he's not going to do that because he wants the money. He knows Canelo is a big money fight, and Canelo's not as big as some of these other guys like Charlo. So that's 2 fights right there. How about you don't fight those 2 people? And then you could fight, you talking about how can he fight him? That's 3 motherfuckers, and you're trying to fight him. If that's what you want to do, then don't fight Canelo. Don't fight Vanes. But of course you're not going to do that because you're going to try to get the money, and Vanes is pretty much a certain win. That's how people are viewing it because he's a guy coming up. How is Canelo a lineal champion at 160? What did he do to be a lineal champion? He beat Cotto and then he gave that belt away. So how's he? I think he might be the Ring Magazine champion, but it's not really hard to do that when you're a Golden Boy fighter and the Ring Magazine is owned by Golden Boy. Rafael Torres says Canelo KOs Charlo. Okay, then tell him don't fight Golovkin and fight Jermall Charlo. See, y'all are cornered, man. Vanes already scheduled though, so forget that fight. Okay, that's scheduled. Fair enough. It's fight week. So how about Golovkin doesn't fight Canelo in September, even if Canelo's ready? Tell Canelo go to fight someone else. Fight Demetrius Andrade or Billy Joe Saunders and rematch him later and fight one of your mandatories. Y'all playing with me, man. See, everybody wants to say, oh, the Charlos will get killed by Canelo. Okay, let's see it. It's a great fight. Put it in Texas. Makes the most sense. Canelo's Mexican. There's a heavy, dense Mexican Hispanic population in Texas. Charlos are from Texas. Let's see it. Oh my gosh, some of you guys are really. It's almost time for me to go. What's so wrong about saying that Canelo KOs Charlo? Did I ever say it was anything wrong? I said let's see it. You guys are, man, this is a bunch of man fans. I'm about to go. He said, what's wrong with saying Canelo KOs Charlo? I don't care what y'all saying. I'm saying let's see it. If that's what you feel, I never said nothing was wrong. I said, let's see it happen. Let's see him not fight Golovkin and KO Charlo. Motherfuckers talking, oh, what's so wrong about that? I don't care. It's a fight prediction. You guys are entitled to your fight predictions, how you think it'll go down. But what I'm saying is, I don't want to talk about it. Let's see it. Why do AJ will knock Wilder's head into a trash can. Let me watch that. Let me see Wilder's head fly into a trash can and all this extra stuff y'all be talking about. Period. You know what I mean? Like y'all want to talk. That's all y'all want to do. You want to talk about it. Ego, before you leave, what's your thoughts on Keith Thurman versus Amir Khan? That's a difficult fight for Khan, but shit, Khan got heart, and I don't know where Keith Thurman. I'm not saying he don't have heart, but I don't know where his head's at. I don't even know if he wants to box. The motherfucker had a American Eagle shirt on and looked a little out of shape and shit. So I don't know. So maybe it's a good fight, but I think it's a dangerous fight more so for Khan because of I don't know if he could take Thurman's power. But again, Khan got heart. So if you don't stop him and if you can't debilitate him, you know what I mean? Even guys like Maidana, they hurt him, but they weren't able to get him all the way out of there. And Keith Thurman, he has had guys like Leonard Bundu who got hurt and was still tricky enough. So I don't know. Maybe it's a good fight. I would favor Thurman, but ain't no telling, because like I said, Khan, he's a silver medalist and he's a talented fighter. He's been in big fights. He's fast as fuck. And I don't know if Keith Thurman's desire to be a boxer is still there. Even Brooks said he looked soft months ago. Who? Hey, Cali Enigma, don't even, there's no point. They're man fans. He said Jamal Charlo is way bigger than Canelo. That's what I'm saying. But see, fear makes people do these things. They're more fearful for the they're fearful for the fight to happen, because if you really felt Canelo, listen, the Alberto, whatever your name is, Alberto something, and the other dude, if you really felt that Canelo KOs the Charlos, which is a possibility, it's boxing, they're both good fighters, Alberto Ramirez, if you really thought that, then why didn't you push for the fight as a fan and try to put pressure on Canelo to fight him when they were both in the same previous division before? Fuck the 160 stuff. They could have fought at 154 if that's the case. They're twins. That's Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen. That's two motherfuckers, and they were all at 154, and he was at Canelo weight at 155 and 154. So why didn't they fight already? If Canelo was smoked both of them, in your opinion, why didn't they fight? If you're so confident, you should have been pushing for that fight. And you know damn well half of you motherfuckers, if the pressure was on Canelo to fight, a lot of you guys would do what you did with Lada. Lada had been calling out Canelo over a year and a half before they fought. And people, oh, Lada, he sucks, he's boring, he can't sell, and all this bullshit. So keep it all the way funky. It's cool to like whoever you like. But like I said, if you think Canelo will destroy Jamal Charlo, let's see it. You know, to be honest, I'm kind of over Canelo Triple G. I mean, I'm going to watch it. I'll probably go to it. So it's cool. It's still a good fight. But I'm saying I would rather see Charlo versus, like, if someone says Canelo versus Triple G again, or Triple G versus Jamal Charlo, or Canelo versus Jamal Charlo in Texas, I'm not playing. I would pick Charlo versus either of those guys because it's a fresh match. You know what I mean? Canelo and Triple G can fight each other at whatever time. You know what I mean? I would really pick Charlo versus Triple G, or Charlo versus Canelo, because at least it's a new fight. Canelo versus Triple G is still a good fight. Don't get it twisted. But I'm always about that fresh match. I've already seen how Canelo, I was there live, so I seen how Canelo Triple G was looking. But I'm really curious how Jamal Charlo holds up against a guy like Canelo, fast-handed, a guy like Triple G, who has a really good jab. You know what I mean? It'd be like one of the hardest punchers, if not the hardest puncher that Charlo has fought. And you could probably say the same thing for Triple G. Bad Culture TV, I picked Charlo over both of them. That's what I'm saying. Charlo's been looking like a monster. And he's legit. Listen, I've interviewed him, been around him. He's legit size. He's like 6'1.5", maybe almost 6'2". You get me? So, again, if you guys really see that as fans, we got to step up and push for these fights. Someone said Triple G versus Canelo is dead. Yeah, I mean, like, the whole thing's kind of draining. Clenbuterol, like I almost went vegan hearing all this back and forth clenbuterol shit. Like, I almost went to veganism. I'm just tired of hearing it. And Canelo got a haircut that redeemed him. It's like, man, I wanted to see the fight too, but I'm just tired of hearing like the soap opera. It's like a big novella. Tired of hearing about it. Canelo's pubic hair is exonerated. I'm like, what? Canelo's pubes? Like, what are y'all even talking about? They tested all of his hair, his armpit hair. Like, what? Y'all tripping. Hey, Ego, are you in your mother's bedroom? You see my face right now. Is that really funny to you? Like, do Do y'all think y'all funny? Like, I swear, even if y'all roast me, I'll laugh if it's funny. But, like, I'm not just gonna laugh. You know how someone texts you with some bullshit and you put ha 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 and put all these emojis and you're really not laughing? Like, I'm not gonna fake it like that. That wasn't funny. Are you in your mom's bedroom? Like really? Like, okay. Shout out to Lil Feezy. Someone said he got shot quick. I'm telling you, my shooters hold me down. All right, I'm gonna read this last question. I'm out of here. I'm about to go to bed. Hey, Ego, who wins, Linares versus Lomachenko? I think you gotta favor Lomachenko. I'm not sleeping on Linares, but his what's his dude? Luke Campbell. Yeah, Luke Campbell. He's a gold medalist, but he did great. He started great, got a knockdown, but after the knockdown, he kind of like subsided. Then he picked it up, so he's been a little bit spotty. Then in his fight with Mercita Hesta, I wanted to see Lanata. He looked good in spots, but then there was also a couple rounds where I thought he could have done more. Like you look at Floyd, and obviously Floyd's Floyd, but Floyd Mayweather, once he has your number, it's a wrap. You're gonna look like dog shit for the rest of the fight. I don't need sleep. I don't get tired. When Floyd Mayweather, like, watch his fight with Robert Guerrero or even the Cotto fight, once it gets to round 5, 6, 7, where Floyd Mayweather, as you figured out, is like no get back. Most guys who have done good with Floyd, just don't take my word for it, watch his fights. Most guys that have done good with Floyd, it's in the first half. Zab Judah, Cotto, Maidana, you know what I mean? You don't really see guys, Shane Mosley in the second round, right? You don't really see guys doing what Shane Mosley did in the second round in the 12th round. Oh, shit. Hold on. You don't really see them doing what Mosley did in the second round to Floyd in the 12th round. You know what I mean? So, to me, I look at that. I want to see, like in the Mercita Hesta fight, I wanted to see him pull away. I wanted to see that Linares pull away. So, I think the momentum, even though he's moving up, I think the momentum's with Lomachenko. Ego, someone said you look like Dominic Brazil. Shit, as long as I'm getting paid like Brazil, I don't care who. Like, you guys are, once again, you guys are men judging another man, his facial features, all in my mouth and beard. Like, y'all some Fruit Loops, to be honest. Yeah, someone said you look like Dominic Brazil. Okay, that's cool. Like I said, as long as y'all pay me like Brazil when he went to fight AJ, I don't care who y'all think I look like. Y'all can say I look like Pookie from New Jack. Fuck you mean? As long as that paycheck right. Y'all still talking about Canelo? Listen, put him in with Charlo then. Let's see it. There's nothing to talk about. Let's see it. I got a lot of friends who are not boxing fans, but they want AJ versus Wilder. Y'all crazy. I'm getting out of here. Y'all leaving some crazy. I'm seeing G-strings and all types of shit in the comment section. Yeah, but Triple G, he's in a difficult spot, to be honest, to me, because he's like, it's like the triangle offense on him. You know what I'm saying? It's like Jamal Charlo's, hey, give me Triple G. And the Charlos be angry at all times and shit. They be like, he was like, give me Triple G. I'm done talking. Keep running your mouth, keep running. Like, he called him out. I was at the fight, right? Billy Joe Saunders is bold now. Wants Triple G, calling him Borat and Triple G string. And Derenchenko want that work. I don't even know if he speak English, but he been saying through a translator he want that work. Boo Boo Andrade was willing to fight. He said, I'll fight Triple G right-handed only, and he's a southpaw. Canelo says, I'm gonna fuck you up, bitch, or something, right before he got suspended. Daniel Jacobs says, I'm from Brooklyn, never ran, never will. I mean, they after your man Triple G right now. So Charlo will kill Canelo. A lot of y'all are man fans. That's what I'm realizing more and more. You're not willing to break down fights. It's about who you like. It's about racial pride and national heritage. But I could tell because you don't, you're not breaking anything down. And it's not realistic. Charlo versus Canelo is a very good fight, bottom line. And if you think that Canelo will dust Charlo off, then tell him don't fight Triple G and immediately fight Charlo. If it's easy like that. But you guys will say it, but y'all won't push for the fight. I'm gonna show y'all a little something. Look how big that man Charlo is next to Canelo. Can y'all see that? Look how small Canelo looks next to the Charlo brothers. And they're probably even bigger now. Maybe not height-wise, but mass-wise. That's Canelo with the Charlos. Look how small Canelo look, man. Anyway, I'm about to get out of here. Smash the like button one last time, please. We working. Canelo look tiny next to them. I'm done. These comments is funny. Someone said I was boring, Clinty. Alright, I feel like I'm hallucinating. This shit is funny. Someone said I was boring, Clinty. Y'all be coming up with some funny shit. Anyway, man, it's fight week. Triple G, Vanes Martirosyan. I'll be out in LA. West Side. Thank y'all for tuning in. Joshua Wilder. Let's get this deal done. Triple G. I guess fight one of your mandatories if you get past who you should get past, Vanes Martirosyan. Listen, is anyone believe Vanes Martirosyan is gonna beat Triple G? I'm just curious. Or is anyone think it's gonna be like a epic fight? Like Vanes is gonna really. What do y'all think? Did anyone think Vanes could go 12 rounds with Triple G? I'm just curious what people say. Damn, nobody. Nobody think he can go 12? God damn. Vanes might be able to go 12, to be honest. But I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't bet like that, but Vanes ain't been stopped, has he? But again, it's a different division. He ain't been stopped by 54 pounders. Someone said he gets slept in. Y'all are cold-blooded, man. See, I'll be real with the Triple G Vanes stuff. If he had more activity, then I would say Vanes might be tough enough to go 12. But hey, if you've been on the sidelines for 2 years and your body looking soft, and like Triple G's a good body puncher with certain guys. Fake Mexican event. Yeah, man, I hope they have some real authentic Mexican food, cause I'm trying to go. I'm trying to eat good, man. This is gonna be a fun night. It's gonna be a fun night. I'm gonna be there like. But hey, these comments are so fucking funny. I'm about to end this stream. Someone said, "Hey, no, guys, he's nothing. His punches, tick, 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 tick. He's nothing." Yeah, I don't know. That 2-year inactivity is killing me. If he hadn't been inactive, maybe he could go the 12th round, but man, I'm about to eat the meat, man. Pause. Hey, some of y'all is real life half and half. Y'all really sweet. Somebody just says mouth ass boy. Why would you say that to a dude? Mouth ass boy? Cause I smiled? Stop looking at my mouth, please. Like that's really weird. Everybody type sus. S-U-S. Y'all be sus. Like I can't smile. Someone say, yeah, you fucking look at your lips, ego. Mouth ass boy. Wow. Y'all like boys, don't y'all? Someone say he deleted. I've never seen this. This is the Cali Enigma said moist. Y'all really be talking about my beard and my mouth and like this is really weird. I'm out of here. All I did was smile. Y'all don't like my smile? This is crazy. Oh my, I'm out of here. Someone's quoting Friday After Next. They said, Diamond, I am a boy. Oh, Tupac. Hell no. Hey, how you doing? Doesn't matter. He said, you like the fact that your son is fat? With that wolf pussy. I'm out of here. Y'all quoting Friday. That's my cue. And y'all talking about my mouth. I am not a crook. Dub Nation, ego. Shout out to California. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stop talking about my mouth and my eyes and my glasses and my beard. Let me do me. Just come here for the boxing talk and the boxing news. But thank you guys. He says it's slang. Fam, you silly. I'm silly. I ain't never heard no mouth ass boy. Like, that sounds weird. I heard it like big head ass boy and stuff like that, but you talking about mouth ass boy. I'm not. Go to prison and say that to your cellmate. Say, hey, yeah, you mouth ass boy. They're gonna think that's like a mating call or something. I don't like that. See, Kennedy Linder he be like trying to encourage me. If Vanis wins, this is an upset. Because, I mean, the man coming off a loss, moving up in weight, 2-year layoff. Hey, y'all suspect. I'm done. I'm really done. Yeah. Y'all some stands. Look at fucking Ego's lips. And look at his nose points down in his fucking beard. Like, y'all just really be sitting up here judging dudes. I never do that. Like, if I go on people's stream, I'm just there to hear what they're talking about. Unless it's a chick. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, to each his own. The Vampire Stream. What's the most dangerous fight for Triple G out there? At middleweight. Demetrius Andre, Daniel Jacobs 2, Derevyanchenko, Jamal Charlo, Billy Joe Saunders, Vanis Grossen. Who do y'all think is the most dangerous fight? No, his punches. It's tick, tick, tick. It's nothing. Charlo? Canelo too. Someone said I'm unsubscribing to HBO. Their commentary has been awful. Like yesterday's telecast. Okay, Jim. Like, man, y'all need a facelift. See, everyone's calling for the Charlo fight. Let's see if Golovkin takes it. Errol Spence told me personally he sees Triple G retiring before that fight. Because Jamal is big, he's strong, got a good jab. He's filling out the way. All right, Alberto's trolling. He said Jaime Munguia. I'm out. Y'all funny. I'm out. Everybody have a good night. Start your day off right. It's Monday. Make sure. See, this is my tip. This is my tip to everybody. Don't say I never gave you nothing. Monday, you have to go out there and absolutely kill it because it sets an early tone for how the rest of your week is gonna be. So if I ain't told you nothing else, remember that. Monday, everyone's like, oh, Monday, I dread Mondays. Learn to love Mondays and kill that shit. Because the more you accomplish on Monday, when you start getting to them Wednesdays and Thursdays, you're like, cool, you know what I mean? Because you're at a good pace. Hey, this is a random question. Does anyone have an Apple Watch? If anyone has an Apple Watch, should I buy one? Because I've been thinking about buying an Apple Watch. What can I do with it? I know I could do text messages, but sell me an Apple Watch. Like, sell me on the idea of buying one. I said, sell me on that Apple Watch. Motherfucker said, fuck Eddie Hearns. I'm done. Hey, y'all tripping. Somebody put it in Russian. I can't read that. I don't know what that says. It says Adonis Stevenson. He's a real piece of shit. No, I shouldn't get one. It's a waste of cash. Damn, y'all hating. Y'all sound broke. Y'all sound like some broke haters. Don't get it, man. I do use Apple. I have an iMac, MacBook. Eddie Hearns is a liar. Notification management works for me. I don't have to keep looking at your phone. All right, I'm going to bed. I'm going to look into it. Thank you guys for the tips. I'm going to look. No Apple Watch is a waste. Invest. All right, I'm going to have to look into it. I'm going to get some shut-eye. Peace out. Your girl got one. She like it. Make sure y'all smash the like button. Stay tuned. We working. Go see the new Avengers too. The new Avengers is dope. Thanos was not playing with y'all. He was a really good villain, good special effects. And you know what I like about the Avengers is they got the shit cracking as soon as the movie came on. Like the action and stuff, story kind of just starts. There was no like huge build up. And that's what you kind of want. Like I don't mind a story developing for like a real movie, but it's like an Avengers. Like, you know what I mean? It's a comic book movie. Like, I don't know what I watch. I watched like Superman versus Batman. And it was good, but the front part of it was a little bit slow. You know what I mean? Because they were like developing and all that. They just got it cracking. You know what I mean? You start seeing the characters start popping up and the action. So I liked it. Avengers is dope. If you guys could get to the theater, then I would suggest that. Peace out, y'all.